The Federal and Devaki Specialty Hospital jointly present the Madurai Marathon 2024 Run for Health on Sunday, October 20th, 2024. Entry is free for all.
Hello and a warm welcome to your special program, Capital Beat. There's a new turn in the Electoral Bond case because a special court in Bengaluru has directed the local police to file an FIR against Union Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, who's a Rajya Sabha member from Karnataka. And this complaint is in connection with allegations of extortion, which are now linked to the scrapped Electoral Bond scheme. Now, the complainant in this case, whose name is Adarsh Kumar, is from an organization called Jan Adhikar Sangharsh Sangatna, and he has alleged that Sitharaman and her department have orchestrated the extortion through electoral bonds. And the special court for people's representatives, after reviewing the case, has ordered the Tilak Nagar police station to lodge an FIR. Now, is this a new chapter in the electoral bond case? Because remember, in August, a bench of Justice JP Pardiwala and Justice D.Y. Chandrachud had dismissed any sort of inquiry into the electoral bond case. So is this something which is seen like a new beginning, and does it have the potential of sending Nirmala Sitharaman and JP Nadda and others who've been named in this complaint to the jail? Now, joining me now is Adarsh Iyer himself, who's the complainant in this case. Thank you so much, Adarsh, for joining. We have Arun Agarwal, who's a Supreme Court lawyer, with us. Thank you so much, Arunji, for joining. And I'll begin the conversation with Adarsh, that you lodged this complaint in April 2024. And I was reading one of your interviews on News 18, where you said that you had lodged about 14, 15 complaints. So is that right? And this all of a sudden helped you?
Filed the complaint right after the Electoral Bond Supreme Court order, and that was in March actually. We filed the complaint in police station, and there was no response from the police. So we went to the DCP, the Deputy Commissioner of Police, and again we were disappointed with PCR, because we had filed 15 complaints from different complainants of our own organization and other 3 organizations also. So we decided to file one PCR in particular to one of the complaints. That was where I was a complainant, and we went ahead, and the case went on for almost 4 to 5 months with detailed hearings. And finally, a fantastic order has come yesterday, which is a victory to all the public spirited persons of this country.
Right. But do you feel as a complainant that it is a victory of the people? It is a victory of people like you who have been very, very persistent. But are you hopeful of an honest investigation now into the case? Because this complaint is filed in Karnataka, and we know for sure that Karnataka CM is also in the dock for the Muda land scam case. How hopeful are you of an honest inquiry?
Well, actually, we have to be hopeful of any fight in a public space, and we are doing this for the past 10 years, and we have seen the ups and downs of this public life. And as we say, a person in public life has no room for frustration. The moment you're frustrated, you're out. So that's our motto. So we will keep fighting, and we will push for whatever that is legal. We are not asking for anything that is out of law or anything else. Whatever that is on the books of law, we demand that.
Right, but others now. You go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
So just to add to that, yesterday was a great victory for us, because we were. It was a long battle for more than five to 6 months, and we had almost forgotten this one, because there were so many hearings, and we had said, okay, let us concentrate on some other things, because not just one case is the life. So, but finally, when the order came yesterday, that was like while they say it's a bolt from the blue, it is a pleasant bolt from the blue.
You're saying it's a pleasant turning of the case, but do you think that this can reopen an inquiry into the electoral bonds case in other states as well? Taking Karnataka as an example, and with organizations like yours, And if you have branches in other states, because I don't know too much about your organization, but if it has branches in other states, are you planning to take this fight not only in Karnataka but in several other states of the country?
Well, actually, Janadhikara Sangharsha Parishad per se doesn't have any branches outside of Karnataka. But we
Okay.
are very happy to work along with other organizations. If they need any assistance or guidance or any information for that matter, whatever we have studied, we are willing to share it and take it forward.
But you feel that this would be seen as an example for other states as well, and if they want, especially the non-BJP ruled states, they can initiate an inquiry into the electoral bond case.
Yeah, 100%. Whether it is non-BJP ruled states or BJP ruled states, the public spirited persons are always there. They don't have to depend upon the government that is ruling. So they have to depend on the judiciary, and they should go ahead and file cases, irrespective of who it is. Even if it is a Mamta government in West Bengal, if they have done some hanky-pankies or some extortion kind of things through electoral bond, they should go ahead and file a case. Or even with a Delhi or a Haryana.
Right. No, but you got the case registered not under the Prevention of Corruption Act, but under IPC. Now, was that a clever move by you all? Because had it been for the Prevention of Corruption Act, you would have had to take permission of these constitutional authorities. So, is that something which is it's a big differentiator between what normally happens and what you've done?
Yeah, actually, we have been working on criminal cases for the past 10 years, and we are aware of all the nitty-gritties of law that is prevailing. And we were very much aware of a sanction. So, but even now also, to be honest, since the floodgate has opened, the police can always go ahead and get the sanction and file additional charges also under the PC Act also. It is up to them now. The ball is in their court. We have done our duty as public spirited citizens of India. And after 6 months, to be very frank, we are, though we are tired of this, but we will not sit quiet. But the ball is in the police, and they have to do the investigation, whether it is a BJP ruled state or a non-BJP ruled state.
Others, this particular complaint of yours, do you think that it has awakened the courts, it has awakened the enforcement agencies like CBI, ED, IT, it has awakened the entire system?
Yeah, see, till we have seen this from the Congress UPA government, where the Supreme Court has said that is CBI is a caged parrot. And now it has become a subservient to the Modi government, as we have seen. So even CBI or ED as such, they have become so subservient that they are doing a big disservice to the people of India. So this is a wake-up call to all the officials that they have to listen to their conscience and appreciate the fact that they are getting the salaries from the taxpayers of India, not from the government.
True. That's very true. But now, in the coming days, what are you expecting? An FIR, the directions for lodging an FIR are being given. Now, in the future course of maybe a few days or few weeks, what are we going to expect? I mean, the first and the foremost question which comes before everyone is that will Madam Nirmala Sitharaman be jailed? How will she be penalized? Will the same thing happen to Mr. JP Nadda, Nalin Pati, Mr. Vijayendra, all those people who are named in your complaint? So will they go to jail?
Well, we believe in the rule of law, as I said earlier, and there is a set of rules even for arrest or as per DK Basu case, Mr. Agarwal will be knowing that much better. And so anything above less than 7 years of punishment doesn't require a arrest for that matter. But it is again up to the police officials, police investigating authorities, whether
What
they
do you
want to
think?
arrest or not.
What do you think is going to be the logical ending of your complaint? You're saying that okay, the rules for the arrest are different, and it depends how the how the police takes it up. But what do you think is the logical ending? You want the entire money which was donated to the political parties? Should it be confiscated? Should it be taken away from the political parties? What is the logical end you are looking at?
Well, to give a straight answer, the accused should be punished severely under the existing law. That means they have to be jailed as per the IPC laws for whatever offences that they have alleged after thorough investigation and a trial. So, just a of money because
Right,
common man, if he does a stealing or something, is he let off after recovery of money? No, he is punished. So is the case
right,
with every other officials. Just because they are
absolutely.
public servants, they cannot go scot free just by
Right,
giving the money back, the stolen money back. So we don't believe in that. They have to be punished, and we will strive for that. Though it is going to be a long battle, as we have seen, unfortunately, in India. Whereas in Western countries, you can see a trial within 6 months, where a
right.
conviction or acquittal is announced. Here it takes years and years of appeal, trial, everything. So, but we
Right.
have to go with that.
Others, one last question. I know you are at the police station right now and you are in a hurry and you're getting too many calls. So, one last question to you, and then I'll move on to Mr. Agarwal. That why is the Prime Minister's name missing from your complaint? Because everyone said that when the electoral bond case was heard, everybody said on the social media and all the lawyers, political analysts, all of them felt that the buck stops with the Prime Minister. Why is the Prime Minister's name missing from your complaint?
Yeah, there might be a moral angle to that. But at the moment, if you strictly see the legal angle, the cause of action arises from and stops here. Not exactly stops here, there. The buck doesn't stop there. But if you see the legal angle, the Nirmala Sitharaman is clearly guilty or not exactly guilty. An allegation can be made against her. Whereas a prime minister, for that matter, at this point of time, without any investigation, it doesn't right up to. But the investigating officers have all the rights to go ahead and make him an accused. And since we as common citizens, we don't have so much of investigative powers, only the police can do that.
Right. Now, it all depends on the will of the police, how much it is ready to go ahead. I'll let you go. Thank you so much, Adarsh. It was wonderful speaking to you. And I'll have to credit this meeting with you on our program to Arun Agarwal because he was the one who arranged your number. Thank you so much for coming to us. Thank you very much. I'll let you go. Mr. Agarwal, now a question to
Thank you
you.
so much.
You've also been very closely associated with the electoral bond story. We've done a number of programs with you. And throughout that period, I don't even remember how many programs I recorded with you. But the point is that does this FIR against Nirmala Sitharaman, do you think it reopens a new chapter on electoral bonds? Because in August, Supreme Court had said that, we will not conduct any roving inquiry. And now at a metropolitan magistrates level, here there is an inquiry which is being reopened. There are legal proceedings against the finance minister, party president JP Nadda. So do you think that this is a new chapter altogether, which people hadn't thought of?
What I was saying was that, look, why I was smiling was that at least the baton has passed. There are people who are equally concerned in this generation about corruption, and they are organizing and they are using their intellect in order to fight this corruption. Each time we feel that the issue of corruption is dead and nobody is going to take it up, and it's a Herculean task to fight this corruption, you find, he's very appropriately named Adarsh Iyer. So all the idealism is there with him. So that is why because I have seen Karnataka very closely, how the issue of corruption has been going down and how the state has been becoming increasingly corrupt. So here is a person who persevered, and for him it is really a very great achievement. And also to the country, people in the country, nobody wants corruption. 98% of the people of this country are victims of corruption. It's only the 2% who are benefiting from it. So to that extent, today if somebody has prevailed, And he very rightly gave credit to the people of this country whose voice he is articulating and trying to do. And he is doing it in an intelligent and in a strategic manner. So, to that extent, mind you, when you fight corruption, you get nothing in return. You, even if you win, it is the state that benefits when the corruption money or that is stopped. But your entire labor is, so these are the true patriots, these are the true men of God who are fighting corruption, not these politicians who come here and who try to show that they are the ones who are, through freebies or whatever means, they are looking after the people. So I was very happy.
Also see this, Arunji, do you also see this case as a matter of grit, determination, and because what Supreme Court couldn't
Yes,
do, here the
yes,
Metropolitan Magistrate has
yes,
shown what he can.
yes, very much so. It is a matter of his great determination and fighting the long haul where he has given up hope and he suddenly finds that, oh, I mean, it was worth the fight. I mean, sometimes I tell people that you know the end results that you will lose, but still you have to give that fight so that it's not a walkover. So, to that extent, it's a very commendable job, and he needs to be congratulated. And it is a really, it's some good news in the past 2 3 months instead of all the noise that we hear. That here is something which has been achieved, and you can see he'll take it forward.
Right. I remember when the verdict for the electoral bonds came up in February. After that, it was almost a period, to the run up to the Lok Sabha elections and how that narrative was built. Things did backfire for BJP. And now this FIR against Nirmala Sitharaman comes at a time when Vidhan Sabha elections are on and a few more states to go for the polls. Do you think that this now FIR and this initiative by Adarsh Iyer, people like him, can really wreck the BJP's boat now?
No, the BJP is already wrecked. To the extent that it is able to use its money and to the extent that it is able to use the communal card. See, there is uh, a percentage of population which it was already always there. On that, they added up another 12, 14, 15%, where they got these disgruntled youth and all that to fire them with nationalism and not give them jobs, etc. And they started winning the elections. But all that is now unraveling. So people have seen through it. You can't fool all the people all the time, though they manage to fool most of them most of the time. So, except for Jharkhand, because of the grinding poverty where they may purchase votes, they are not going to win in any other state. So, to that extent, it's already gone. And to the extent that the opposition can use this in the electoral propaganda and say that this is how they are winning, or this is how they are, this is their dual standard in encouraging corruption and they are beneficiary of corruption. But they have other major issues to take up. I mean, why
Right.
should they to win the elections? So to that extent, it won't be. But the fact that somebody in the country took one individual, Supreme Court didn't do it, ultimately an individual did it. It's great credit to this person and his organization.
Right. One last question, Naruji, and before we wind up the show, that how hopeful are you of an honest and independent inquiry into this into this matter now? Because
No,
Karnataka minister is already in the dock because of the Muda land scam case. Now, will he use this case as a bait to absolve himself? And he might just say that I need a clean sheet, and if I get a clean sheet, then probably I'll do the same with you. So is that not a big worry and a challenge before this case now?
no, that should not happen because in both the parties, there are enough dissenters to call for the head of their respective leaders, whether it is Yadurappa's son or whether it is Sitharaman and all that. So that disgruntled element is already there. So they will not also like that the people who are in charge now should escape from the clutches of corruption. So it's a very complex thing, but the possibility of the whole thing is that now Sitharaman can say that you are equally corrupt. I am not the only one. So they both of them have egg on their face. So your egg is more dirty than my egg. That type of a thing can go along. But otherwise, I don't think that there'll be any. If he's really serious, and if he gets an honest investigation done, and has the right lawyers, because after all, it is a public offense. So it is the criminal lawyer which is representing the state who is very crucial. So if he gets the right type of people, then of course people will say that look, he finally helped to prosecute this electoral bond people, so he can take the credit.
Right. So
But
thank you
let
so
us-
much, Arunji. Yeah, so we'll have to wait and watch how this case unfolds, but it's really a new turning point in the electoral bond case. I'll have to thank you here. Thank you so much for joining. And one appeal to the viewers who are watching this discussion, subscribe to our channel, send us your feedback, and stay tuned to the Federal.
The Federal and Devaki Specialty Hospital jointly present the Madurai Marathon 2024 Run for Health on Sunday, October 20th, 2024. Entry is free for all.